Today we're going to talk about lashes
and what to expect.
Yeah, so we're actually going to do a therapist version as well, so we're going to go through what's in my lash kit because I have heaps of stuff in my lash kit. A little bit of a lash whore, just a little. So I suppose today is more about what the client is to expect when they get their lashes done. And you've got lashes and I've got lashes. So I suppose the first thing is the expectation, what people expect that they're going to get.
Yep. So I guess people always ask, are they going to be like really full? Like, are they going to look way fuller than what I've got? Why get that a lot? And I guess you just explain to people that you're actually only applying lashes to what they've got. So if you have quite sparse lashes yourself, we're just applying an individual lash to your individual lash, an individual lash to your individual lash. So we might use something that's a bit thicker and darker, so it might appear fuller, but at the end of the day, we can only work with what you have.
And we've recently, discovered, that there's, not really discovered, I've just chosen never to use them. There's the Y lashes, which take one and split out, so you can make them look like you've got more. And then there's these party lashes, which are your clusters, and they look like you have more too. But in general, the original lash extensions were the individual lash placed on the individual lash. So there is different types of lashes. There's different types as in synthetic, mink and silk. There is loose lashes and there is strip lashes. So if we show you for starters the difference, let me see if I can get some out. I don't even know if you'll be able to see this, but this is a bag of loose lashes.
I'll hold up this one.
And they're tiny teeny. And then there's also the strip lashes, so that's more mink, and they all come in strips, and you can get them in sizes of different shapes, thickness and curl.
Gosh.
But I actually think that as a client getting lashes done, you probably won't care whether they're loose or whether they're tray. That's more of a therapist thing. What you're going to care about is the curl.
And I was going to say thickness, but length as well.
Thickness, yes, really depends. I think that's again the technician's
discretion
choice, depending on what your eyelash can take. But we've got lots of different curls. We've got J, B, C, D and L, and I'll bring up a picture now while we talk about it. J is probably one of the very first lashes that came out. Has a little flick to it and it adheres to most of your lash, so it has the best longevity. And I think in the beginning, when the glues were probably not as good as they are today, this is what most people did, was the J lashes.
So they're very natural looking.
Really natural.
Lash.
Yep, they look just like long and a bit of a flick at the end, so you don't really notice them from your eyes wide open in the front. You notice them looking down or to the side. Then you've got B. I think that's your general kind of corporate woman's look, the B.
Yeah, it's like a little bit more zhuzh, but not
still not like, oh my god, you've got extensions on.
Yeah,
so that's all cool. You've got C. When I went from J, I just skipped B and started using C's. I was in love. Just like C's are awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we generally would start somebody off with C's because they're like our middle size kind of.
Somebody who says, I want to see them when I have my eyes open from the front, but I don't want them to be Lady Gaga, ridiculous, or Dolly.
Which again, that can come down to, it's like the whole thing, like yes the curl, but then you've got the length and the width, the thickness, so it's we'll explain
so just in regards to curl, it's a bit curlier. If you have lashes that go down like this and I put a C curl on, you're not gonna see them like this. If you have lashes that are already like that and I put a C curl on, you're gonna look like you have curlier lashes than maybe your friend that has lashes straight down that's wearing the same
It's how they
size.
sit.
That's right, your own natural lashes.
And as well, like, say you've got lashes that go straight down. If we adhere a curly lash onto that, it's only adhering sort of on the base. Whereas if you had a J, it might adhere like
more.
this.
Yeah.
So if you've got straight lashes and you go for a curly extension, they might not last as long as somebody who's naturally got a really, really curly lash.
They might not, but
they could.
Then the lasting effect is so many different factors. It's have you put anything on your eyelashes before you came to us? Do you have any protein left on them from mascara? Have you left them, naked for 24 hours before seeing us? Have you gone home and then put mascara on them that has oil in them for, every day afterwards? Yes, they'll fall out quicker.
Makeup remover.
Do you rub your eyes? Do you have hay fever? Do you lie on one side more than not?
Oh, yeah.
I get clients that they last for ages and then clients that they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to D. D curl is the straight lashes, the straight lash client's dream, being me, tiny little lashes. So these ones, since using a new glue and previous glue before this new one, they've stayed on really well. They do stay on 2 to 3 weeks, and then you want more in. They're not all gone, but you want more in. And the D curl is the curliest. Then there's one more, and that's the L. The L curl is interesting. I liked it at first. It's quite angular. Looks like you've got stripped lashes on, but as soon as a few come out, it starts looking really bad.
Yeah, because you did those on me, and
I don't like them.
I didn't mind them at first.
They're okay, but I'm kind of not so much now about them.
So it depends what look you're going for. So I'm wearing C's and Jodie's wearing D's. But then in saying that, mine are longer than hers. So again, it's just what look you're going for.
Yeah.
And coming to that conclusion is the length is dependent on how long your lashes are.
I would say 8s and 9s of them are the smallest that I put on people with the teeny lashes, and then 13 is getting up there with quite long. 11s are your kind of equal medium, look really nice.
11, 12s.
But yeah, you're getting really, really big when you're getting up to 15 and things, which I can put a picture in to show you what that was like. And so in regards to coming in, you'll come in, you'll lie on a bed, and then you'll look up because pads need to be put underneath your eyes. Now there's different ones like silk pads, and I'll put a picture in to show you. There's also ones that are nice kind of gel pads, and they're quite nice, and
I think they nourish into your eyes too, don't they?
Some do, not all. Some have collagen, but not all of them do. So you get a couple of options there, and either silk pad or the gel ones are nice. And then there might be some little baby lashes from looking up that have escaped, and this is what we're trying to get down because we obviously don't want to attach to your bottom ones. If that's happened, then you might actually have your tech putting a little bit of micro tape right up to the waterline across, just to make sure it's all covered. One thing I will say is that is the nicest way to take care of your really thin skin under your eyes, is to protect them. Shouldn't just be tape.
No.
Should never ever just be tape. It's just not on for under that area of the eye. And I know I sound really strong about it, but that's how I feel. I feel like that's a really cheap way of saving money for lash techs. I don't agree with it.
It's actually very uncomfortable too throughout the treatment when you have your eyes closed. It doesn't sit properly. You can find that it can dig into you, and it's just not comfortable. The pads are cut in a shape that hugs under your eye, so that's the best thing to use.
The other thing is that once your eyes are closed, and that's pretty much it. So all the lashes get put on. You should not experience any fumes with your eyes closed.
Unless you're a flutterer.
A few flutter, you may, but you shouldn't actually experience any of the fumes. My point being, it shouldn't be that strong and that caustic that you are like, my eyes are watering and my eyes are closed, because that's too strong. So it should be a really good branded glue that they're using, surgical grade or medical grade, same diff, so that it dries fast and they can work with it, but also it dries fast enough so that at the end when you open your eyes you'll find there's no stinging, there's no fumes as well. Another thing that might be done is extra sealant might be added at the end, and then they might blow across your eyes with a blower just to dry it, and then slowly just kind of open your eyes. And this will always happen 9 times out of 10. You will have maybe one little or two stuck, so they'll just pry those apart a little bit. They're okay. It's not really that scary.
Fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I think as well, one thing that's really important is that you actually shouldn't feel like you're wearing anything. It should just feel natural. Like I can feel mine up the top here because I'm not used to having that length, but it should feel really natural to you. You shouldn't feel any discomfort. You shouldn't feel any sort of like, I don't know, what would you feel, pulling or?
They shouldn't be coming off at the base of the lash so that the base is poking you.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't be any discomfort, any stinging, any rubbing, any irritation.
Unless you have like hay fever.
Like your own. If you have hay fever, you probably want them off. To be honest, if you've got hay fever, don't get lashes. It's just not a good idea.
Or take antihistamines every day.
Yeah. So they should feel natural, they should feel comfortable. They do come in a couple of thicknesses, and they actually do come in 3 thicknesses now I've seen, and I'm not even going to go near the 0.25s. There's 0.15 that's nice and natural, there's 0.20 that's still fine as well but a bit thicker, and then there's these 0.25s that I've never even tried which are really thick, but you'd have to have pretty strong lashes yourself for that. One thing that I thought we should mention, because we're big on individual application, is that there is lash techs that can do your lashes maybe within 30 minutes and 20 minutes. It's not individual application. I think that the key is that you look after your lashes after you've had them. A good lash tech will give you the mascara brush to take home so that you can brush them into shape if you wake up in the morning and they're a little bit, one's gone a bit askew.
Yeah.
That's a really nice thing as an extra client care after lashes. That's what we do.